All right. Welcome to episode 2 of the Sports Room Talk Show here on Unger to the Max. Oh, wait a minute. That's not the right intro. What am I doing here? Let me try that again. Take 2. I think that's how they do it. We'll roll with it.
We got it.
Cut. Max Nation and Dog Pound. Welcome to the Sports Room Talk Show. There we go. Now we got it right.
There we go. I like that.
So, we are on a quest. I said we. It's not just our thing. It's not just my thing anymore. It's your thing too, Unger to the Max Nation. So, wow. I just had a major voice crack there. Oh, God. So, we are on a quest to do a video collaboration for every game on the Cleveland Browns schedule. And we are on week 7, Thursday night football. Again, as we take on the Denver Broncos. So welcome to the show. The answer is 42. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been a Broncos fan? Why are you a Broncos fan? All that type of stuff.
Well, I am Colorado born and bred, so orange and blue is in my blood. I didn't really even have a choice. Almost my entire family is Broncos fans, so I've really been a Broncos fan since day one. I've been doing this thing for a couple of years now. Started Colorado Media School, our little connection we got there through the Ohio Media School. So
That's right.
I've been trying to build this little brand and give my own little 2 cents on my favorite team.
All right. So before we get to Browns-Broncos, or Broncos-Browns, however you want to look at it, just want to share a couple of things. First of all, that is an amazing beard. How long have you been growing it for?
This has been on my face for the last couple of years. As we discussed, I actually just trimmed it. So it actually used to be down. It actually wouldn't even fit the frame a couple months ago.
My God.
So I had the little Duck Dynasty thing going on. But this guy right here, it's been about 6 months since I last trimmed it.
Nice. I got a little, it's finally coming in, at least to a certain extent. I don't think I'll grow it as long as you did, because I don't think I can I don't know how that would look, but you pull it off.
I appreciate that, man. I like it. It's kind of the compromise. The wife likes the long hair, so the compromise was if I grow my hair, I get to grow my beard. So That's how it worked out.
Hey, it worked out well for you then.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. So before we get to the other thing I want to address is I got a little bit of Denver love. As you can see right there, I have my Broncos pennant. I have a pennant for every team. And then my Denver paraphernalia doesn't stop there. I've got a Colorado Avalanche hat. I've got a mini Colorado Rockies hat, as you can see.
I like the love.
I got a mini Denver Nuggets magnet. That's the old logo, though.
Yeah, that's the old logo, but hey, man, it still looks good.
I got a Colorado Avalanche magnet. And then I have a little bit more Broncos paraphernalia. I have a mini Broncos helmet.
Hey, man, I love the fact that you're willing to show a little bit of love to somewhere outside of your home city. That's awesome to see, man.
Yeah. So as you said, we both went through the media school. So I just finished the general program at the Ohio Media School, the RTB program, and now I'm in the sports emphasis. So that's a lot of fun. And you went to the Colorado Media School.
Yeah. It's just the Colorado campus of the same school you went to, same type of curriculum. I think that when I went, it was like a month longer. When I went back the last time, they said they had cut it down to 8 months. When I was there, it was 9 months. So I got the full baby. Y'all got the premature. Essentially the same thing. But yeah, I mean, I absolutely loved my time there. I just went through the general program with them. I was
Mhm.
thinking about the sports emphasis, but I kind of wanted a little bit more than that, and that's why I ended up going to Dan Patrick's School of Sportscasting at Full
Oh,
Sail, which is
nice.
where I'm
I've
at
seen
now.
that advertised.
Yeah, it's an awesome school. I absolutely love it. You actually get to talk to Dan Patrick. He gives you feedback on your different projects and everything. So yeah, it's been an absolute blast there. But I mean, I got absolutely nothing bad to say about my time at Colorado Media School. I truly enjoyed it. I had great instructors, so I appreciate everything they gave me.
Nice. So before we dive fully into Browns or Broncos Browns, I want to talk a little bit about the Nuggets and the Avalanche because the NHL season just started and the NBA season starts tonight. That's why this is a little bit of an early start because I want to watch Nets Bucks and then I want to watch the Warriors and Lakers. So, you know.
I get it completely. I got my Avalanche tonight. My Nuggets start their season tomorrow. They're not on opening night, but I mean, hey, that's what happens when you live in a flyover city. You get overlooked on the national television, but hey, I'll take what we can get. And I'm as excited as you are. I've been enjoying my Avalanche for their first two games. First game was an absolute blast. Second game was a little bit ticky tack, and sorry that we took the loss, but at least it was still a good game at the end. And then really excited to see what my Nuggets can do after both the Avalanche and Nuggets got knocked out with a sweep in the playoffs last year. So
Yeah,
hoping to see them redeem themselves after that poor showing by both.
right. So the Avalanche are the reigning President's Trophy winners, albeit that was in a weird season. But you guys have Stanley Cup expectations. Do you think that you can actually fulfill those expectations and get to the Stanley Cup, or do you think you're going to be like the Browns and go boo and fall flat on your face?
I don't believe that the Avalanche will pee their pants the way that your Browns have. I'm sorry to say so, but I don't see that happening. There's just so much depth on this Avalanche squad. It's absolutely insane. I mean, you obviously have the superstars, Nathan McKinnon and Gabriel Landeskog, but you also have the young and upcoming stars like Bo Byram and Kale McCarr. You have the new goalkeeper in Darcy
Darcy
Cooper,
Kemper.
who kind of showed some warts on Saturday, but was able to show his veteran moxie, calm himself down, and allow his team to get back into it, which this Avalanche squad can outscore anyone. I don't care who it is. The only problem they had last year, and the reason that I believe that they got knocked out by the Knights, is because they could not match the physicality of White Cloud and company. They were just beaten to a pulp in that
Okay.
series. It was just bad to see, and so I think the additions of like the Jack Johnsons and those, and elevating Bo Byram to a more prominent role on the third line will help solidify that physical issue and will help them actually fulfill the prophecy of the promised land like they have had for the last 3 years.
You're talking about the Avalanche. We actually are very familiar with the Avalanche here in Cleveland because before our hockey team, the Cleveland Monsters were affiliated with the Columbus Blue Jackets in 2016. We were actually the affiliate of you guys, the Colorado Avalanche.
Yep, a lot of people don't realize that there was an affiliate before the Colorado Eagles that is up here in Fort Collins. So yes, that is
Yes.
a very good tidbit. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a
Yeah.
really nice piece of history.
So, although the Avalanche are not my favorite team in the Western Conference, I do respect them, and you guys will have a special place because after our championship run in 2016, I just became a huge fan of hockey. So it made me, even though that run was when we started our partnership with the Blue Jackets, I still appreciate our history being with the Avalanche.
Yeah, most definitely. You always got to, give appreciation to the ones that came before and whatever it was that molded you into what you are today. So yeah, most definitely. I'm glad that Clevelanders actually still remember those things and, have some
Oh, I'll never
reverence
forget
when they
that.
look at it. I'm sure it is. And I mean, winning, like
Oh
you said,
my
once you
God.
started winning, What a
What's
bastard. Justin
just
Turner. That is not the first time that somebody has pulled that. I like it though. I'll take his pocket. He wants to give me his pocket. I'll take that all day.
all right. All right. So I'm actually I'm mixed when it comes to hockey because I am a Blue Jackets fan, but before the Blue Jackets, there was a certain team that's in black and gold that's about 2 hours away from here, and they have players like Sidney Crosby, Jake Gensel, Evgeny Malkin. Yeah, I'm a Penguins fan also. I'm not going to deny it. There was no NHL team here in Ohio before the year 2000. So what was I supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, I completely get that. To be honest with you, I wasn't a hockey fan until the Avalanche actually became a thing when I was about, I think it was 15. It was 98, I believe, when they came over from Quebec.
Yeah,
And so I was about 15 years old when that, 15, 16 years old. And so I had no idea what hockey was before the Avalanche. So if I was in your case and I did discover hockey before the Avalanche, I wouldn't have had a team either. I probably would have had a team somewhere over in the West Coast, most likely the Penguins, because that's when they were really doing their thing before Crosby, So I
yeah,
completely get that. When you have no one else around you, I mean, what else are you going to do? Nothing wrong with
exactly.
that.
So what are your expectations for the Denver Nuggets? Do you think with a healthy Jamal Murray and you have the reigning MVP Nikola Jokic, you guys open up the season against the team that eliminated you? You're in
Uh,
Phoenix.
that is exactly why I cannot wait for tomorrow. This is going to be an early test to see if this Jamal Murray less squad can actually coalesce
Oh, he's
together
still
and
not
be.
back yet?
No, he's probably not going to be back until sometime after midseason because he didn't tear his ACL until the end of last year. And it usually takes about a year for you to come back from an injury like that. So
Gotcha.
most likely we will not see Jamal Murray until sometime in like the last third of the season is when we'll see him. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Monte Morris guides this squad because he's the one that's going to be directly taking the steps of Jamal Murray and sitting in his shoes until Jamal Murray comes back. Because as has been consternated by so many in the NBA world, the Nuggets did not go out and get a direct Jamal Murray replacement. They just kind of kept their guys. They prioritized re-signing Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. to their max contracts and keeping the status quo so that way when Jamal Murray comes in, he can just slide in seamlessly and take over. So I do believe that there will be some early season struggles as they kind of figure things out and kind of give Bol a bigger role in the offense and things of that nature. So it might be a little rocky at first, but I think they'll settle down. I am excited for this. I do think that they will win tomorrow. I'll go ahead and say that now. I think that there's a lot of bad blood. They've been waiting for this for months. So I think Jokic and company are just going to come out. And with Aiton having the distraction of not getting his contract, I think that'll help Denver with them being on the road. So I'm very excited. I do believe we will end up at the top, somewhere within the first three seeds and get some
Okay.
home playoff games. So, yeah, I really look forward to that season.
So we actually get you guys early in the season. I'm looking at the Cavs schedule right now. We play you guys. You guys are our, excuse me, you guys are our fourth opponent of the season in Denver. We go at Memphis tomorrow night. We host the Hornets on Friday, the 22nd. Have a back-to-back against Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks on the 23rd. And then we start a road trip on Monday, the 25th at you guys.
Yeah, you were actually our second home game. So that should be fun. To be honest, I haven't really followed too much of Cleveland's off-season moves, so I really
We
couldn't give
didn't
you too
really
much
have
on
much.
them. I didn't think so. I haven't really seen anything. So you guys are also kind of doing the status quo with the young guys, trying to develop them. So that should be a fun. I think that's going to be more of a shootout than like say the Suns is going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a much more defensive type game. But I think once we get y'all at home, that's going to be a bit of a shootout. Y'all got some shooters.
Yeah, but when we visited you guys last year, you guys destroyed us. It wasn't even a game.
Yeah, it wasn't really much fun for y'all. I think that with another year in y'all system, y'all will at least. I'm not going to sit here and. I mean, obviously, I'm a Denver fan, so I'm a little biased, but I'm not going to sit here and say that y'all have a chance to win because there is a very big talent gap between the two. But I do think y'all will do much better than you did last year.
And then you guys will come here to Cleveland on March 18th, which for us is the start of a home back-to-back because we play the Detroit Pistons the following night.
Yeah, we actually have a back-to-back that day too, I believe. Let me double check the schedule here. I think yeah, actually we have to as after we play you guys on the 25th, we have to turn around and go to Utah the very next day. So yeah, we're gonna feel the pain that y'all feel in that as well. So
Yeah.
you're not alone.
No, I'm talking about when we host you on March 18th. That's
Oh, I'm sorry, on March 18th. I apologize. No, I don't think we have a back, but yeah, no, that game. Let me go ahead and look at that here. March 18th. No, we actually don't have a back to back, but yeah, that is yeah, we'll be at your home. That one should be fun. Y'all should be much more coalesced. Again, I'm sure might not be much fun for Cleveland fans, but again, y'all being at home, y'all having some time to coalesce, it should at least be a good game.
yeah,
We
I'm
should have at
hoping
least some
so.
fun. Yeah.
Not many people think the Cavs are going to do anything this special this year. Most people are picking us to finish like 13th in the Western Conference. Some people don't even think we'll get to 30 wins. You know, I'm
Yeah.
crazy. So I'm saying the Cavs are going to get to 30 wins, maybe get a play-in spot. But enough about the Nuggets and the Cavs and the Avalanche and the Monsters and the Blue Jackets and the Penguins. No disrespect to any of them, but we are here to talk Broncos Browns. So let's get to it.
Get the
So
business.
yeah. Wait, if this is business, what have we been doing for the last 20 minutes?
Playing. I don't know.
All right. So we're both coming off of pretty bad beatdowns at home. We lost 37-14 against Arizona at home, and you guys lost to the Raiders in what was a tumultuous week for them. So not a great sign.
No, not at all. I am absolutely embarrassed with the way that the Broncos performed or tried to perform on Sunday. I mean, you have a squad that is in absolute turmoil. They had their coach resign in the middle of the week. There's no way that they were able to install a true game plan because they were sitting there just plugging holes in the ship, so to speak. So the fact that the Broncos coaching staff got outcoached by an interim special teams coordinator that's playing the role of head coach, and they essentially ran the same scheme, just ran it more often than what they did with Gruden, and there was absolutely nothing done to stop it. I mean, and the Raiders of all teams, like if anybody in Broncos country knows, like if there's a one team that we need to beat, especially at home, it's the Raiders, and we just completely didn't show up on Sunday.
Yeah. That's how I felt on Sunday facing the Cardinals, which if it wasn't for the 17th game, we wouldn't have played the Cardinals because we're playing the NFC North this year. So we're not actually scheduled to face the Cardinals again until 2023. So, but the Arizona was without Cliff Kingsbury. They were their head coach and their offensive play caller. They were without arguably their best defensive player, Chandler Jones, and they were without a key offensive lineman in Rodney Hudson. It didn't seem to make one iota of a difference because Arizona was converting third downs left and right. It was like 3rd down and 10. Okay, I'll just throw it to DeAndre Hopkins. Okay. Oh, I see AJ Green wide open in the back of the end zone. Okay, I'll throw it to him. I'm like, where the heck is the defense? What?
No, I feel you 100%. I mean, this was the Bronco. That was the secondary for the Broncos was supposed to be the strength of this team coming into the season. People talking about, oh, you should trade away some of these assets and get some draft picks and stuff. And we are getting torched by rookies and slot receivers. I mean, it's insane like that. The pass to Kenyon Drake. Why is a middle linebacker manned up on a receiving third down back at any point in the game? Alexander Johnson has no business running with a running back down the sideline. And Derek Carr threw a perfect pass in there. Henry Ruggs just absolutely torched the defense on that deep throw early in the game. It was insane to watch him. I mean, it was like the defenders were standing still. He just ran right by him. Nobody even put a hand on him. So it was just completely infuriating to see the strength of this team just falling apart before your eyes.
Yeah. So I want to address this comment by Walltown Best 88. Unger, do you still believe in Baker Mayfield? Absolutely not. No.
Ooh.
No. No, I don't. Why did we not draft Josh Allen #1 overall? Why? Why did we not draft Lamar Jackson #1 overall? I'm so baffled. Go ahead.
Honestly, I could see Lamar Jackson over Baker Mayfield, but when you look at the scouting reports of Josh Allen coming out, his accuracy was atrocious. I don't know what Brian Dable and them did over there to somehow remedy it, but the man had less than a 55% completion percentage in college. The only other quarterback that has ever improved their completion percentage from college to the pros is Dan Marino. That puts him in very elite company. So I can completely understand why Cleveland took Baker. And honestly, I was a guy that was saying, take Baker #1 overall. And I honestly don't think it's a Baker problem that y'all have. Just like people talking about how Baker's killing Odell's career, I don't see it. Odell killed his own career when he decided to attack a kicking net. Like that was pretty much the end of Odell's career. So I mean, I'm honestly shocked to see a diehard Browns fan being willing to just give up on Baker already. I honestly think the kid has moxie, and I love him.
But here's the problem: we draft him in 2018. He comes in week 3, and he has all this confidence, and he has all the moxie that you're talking about, and he's, slinging the ball over the yard, and you could see that he was confident. He had moxie. He had this chip on his shoulder. But the problem is, I don't know what happened, but it was like at the start of the 2019 season, we make Freddie Kitchens our head coach. We trade for Odell. We make all these changes. And it's like, maybe it was a sophomore slump at that time, but he just got the yips or something. And I'm like, what happened? So we bring in Kevin Stefanski, and I'm like, okay, Kevin Stefanski's going to bring back the old Baker Mayfield that we fell in love with. I'm still looking for that Baker Mayfield. Unfortunately, he's what's holding us back right now. I hate to say it, but we have a Super Bowl caliber team around him. We do. Experts and fans have said it. And we don't have the quarterback that can take us there. I hate to say it, but I don't think we do.
I mean, I think that y'all should give him a little bit more time. I mean, he has been injured. The guy tried to play last week. You can't question the man's toughness, the man's grit, his durability, those things. And I think all the other things will kind of fall in place if he can get some consistency with his playmakers. I mean, it's either Odell's hurt, Jarvis is hurt. I mean, y'all lost both of your starting running backs over the last couple of weeks. So putting it all on Baker, this goes back to the point of QBs get too much credit when they win and too much blame when they lose. And I think Baker, because of the way that he is, the personality type he is, he kind of gets it in a different way than you would say like a Lamar Jackson, who's much more reserved, laid back, doesn't really rock the boat. So when he does something bad, people are more willing to be forgiving. But Baker's just so brash and out there and outspoken that when he fails, there's a lot of trolls that are waiting to just completely pile on him. So
Right.
I think he just kind of gets a little bit of the short end of the stick, but it's also kind of self-inflicted, so you can't really feel too bad for the guy.
It's also that he won the Heisman Trophy at Oklahoma. He was the number 1 overall pick. He's got all these like progressive commercials. Like it feels like when you're watching a game, every other commercial is some Baker Mayfield progressive commercial. Like you have this latest one where kids are trick-or-treating and he gives them freaking nachos or something.
Yeah, I mean, you got to admit his commercials are great. I mean, yeah, honestly, would you like to see the performance in his commercials match his performance on the field? Again, the supporting cast has a lot to do with that. And
Sure.
I mean, y'all's injury list, it seems like every year y'all have a ridiculous injury list, kind of like the Broncos over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the caveat that I like to give Drew Lock that Teddy trolls seem to hate me for is, the kid just hasn't had enough time and he just hasn't had enough around him. I mean, I understand Baker's had the players, but whether or not they're on the field matters, and they haven't been on the field.
So Wallow B says, I'm a huge OBJ fan. He is an LSU guy. Do you think they should trade OBJ and get what y'all can for him? I would say yeah at this point, because OBJ, I don't know what it is, but when the two of them are on the field together, it just feels like him and Odell cannot get on the same page. And I don't know why. It's either Baker becomes like so tunneled in on Odell, and it's like, oh, there's no other receivers, or it's the opposite where he completely doesn't look Odell's way when Odell could be wide open. So that the whole thing is frustrating. Trust me, I want it to work, but I don't know. And here's another Broncos fan. He says, yeah, you guys should trade Odell. Just no chemistry with him and Baker. You're 100% right, Mile High. Which I can send you a link if you want to be part of the show since you're another Broncos fan. Yeah, it would be 2-on-1, but whatever. I can stand up for myself.
He says, I can take it.
Yes, I can take it. But right now, go ahead.
No, sorry. I just want to say something real quick on OBJ. The problem with trading him is that contract is an albatross. So trying to find somebody that has enough cap space to take on that cap hit, because what a lot of people don't realize, when you trade a player, all their bonus money becomes dead cap hit immediately. That's why it was impossible to trade Aaron Rodgers over the summer, was because of all the bonus money he had left would have made it absolutely impossible for the Green Bay Packers to stay under the cap after a trade, or find somebody that's willing to take that cap hit as well on their end. So really, I get why you would want to try and get rid of him, but the problem is finding somebody that wants to take on that headache.
Right. Which you guys thought in the offseason, you thought you were getting Aaron Rodgers.
We sure did, thanks to Adam Schefter and his phony reporting.
Yeah.
We really thought we was going to get that franchise quarterback. It might have been just another Band-Aid like Peyton Manning or whatever, but hey, I mean, who doesn't take Aaron Rodgers? I don't care that the man is 36. Tom Brady said he can play till he's 55. Aaron Rodgers looks just as spry and more athletic. So, I mean, 36 is not anything anymore for NFL QB.
So when I went to the draft, briefly, I stayed for the first 3 picks because I wanted to stay later, but circumstances didn't allow me to do that. But I ended up, when I got home, I watched the rest of the draft. I was shocked that you guys did not draft a quarterback.
I really wasn't, because George Payton kind of made it obvious that he wanted to give Drew Lock one more shot with a better cast. And he did everything he could up until the point where he gave Vic Fangio the choice to choose which quarterback to go, and he chose Teddy for whatever reason. But
So you don't
I
think that
wasn't.
was the right choice then?
I love Patrick Surtain. I am a stan for Surtain. I have made that quite obvious. So I absolutely love the pick of Patrick Surtain, because top tier cornerbacks do not fall outside of the top five normally. The over the overzealousness of people wanting a QB were what allowed him to. So I honestly am not shocked, and I am happy with the Patrick Surtain pick, because I mean, honestly, look at what Justin Fields is doing in Chicago. He doesn't look that good. So I mean,
I think
I'll
that's
take
more of the Bears, though.
that might be, but that's also the same kind of take you can have, like people talking about why didn't the Broncos take Josh Allen over Bradley Chubb? Well, you see that this coaching staff they can't, develop diarrhea from a Casa Bonita taco. Like it's just
Well,
it's
that's one way of
impossible.
saying it.
But it's just the honest truth. They can't develop anything. So if Josh Allen was drafted by this Broncos squad, he would be out of the league. The Broncos fans would have ran him out of the league after year one, let alone year two, and not even waited for year three when he actually got good. So
Yeah, you're
that.
talking about Josh Allen, the defensive end.
No, I'm talking about Josh Allen, the quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about the Broncos passing over Josh Allen and taking Bradley Chubb instead, because Bradley Chubb has pretty
Gotcha.
much been hurt his entire career.
Gotcha. I think
Yeah.
the defensive tackle Josh Allen was might have been in a different draft,
He
actually.
was in a different draft class. He was drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think either a year or two after. But yeah, they were pretty close, and people got those confused.
Yeah, so easy mistake to make.
Oh, but, yeah, same exact name.
Yeah, but you guys are lucky. You got Teddy Bridgewater, but Carolina is still pretty much paying for it.
Yeah, I don't see it as luck. I see the Teddy Bridgewater trade as probably the worst move that George Payton has made, just simply because of the muddied waters that they have. I mean, you just look at what Teddy beat 3 bottom feeders. That's nice. He did what he was supposed to do. Drew Lock could have beaten those teams too, but Teddy has now shown us his true colors over the last 3 weeks, that he's nothing more than just a top tier backup. He's going to win you as many games as he's going to lose for you. That's why we're sitting here at 3-3. So I really do not like the Teddy pick. I don't like the way that he's played really since week one. A lot of people want to give him passes for, having 300 and some odd yards against the Jaguars, but if you don't throw for 300 yards against the Jaguars, you probably shouldn't be a QB in the NFL, in my opinion.
So you think that when you guys were 3-0, you were a paper tiger then?
Yes, I have been saying that since week one.
See, I thought you were a bit legit. Hey, look who we got on the show now. Mile High.
What up?
What up?
What up, Mile High 6?
What's up?
So,
how you doing?
I am doing well. Welcome to the show.
What's up? What up, Max? What's up, The Answer?
Hey, what's up? Name's Daniel, by the way.
Oh, Daniel. I'm Vincenzo, or Vince, whatever.
Nice to meet you.
How are you feeling about this game on Thursday, Mile High?
It's going to be bad. It's going to be the lowest rated Thursday night game. And this is our only primetime game of the year, so it's going to, I don't know. You guys have a lot of injuries. We have injuries. I don't know. I don't see us winning this game, though.
I did see that Von Miller, he was pretty much saying, I don't care who the Browns' right tackle is. I want to destroy them.
Yeah, I love that mentality by Von, but our front seven's not giving any pressure, push to help him out.
And Vaughn only has a half a sack in the last 3 games. So.
Yeah, I know.
So, do you expect...
Pass rush is dead.
Yeah. So, do you expect this to be a close game, or do you think the Browns are somehow going to wreck you guys?
I don't know. I see us... It's going to be close when it doesn't matter, because our team all of a sudden wakes up in the fourth quarter, like the last 2 games, and it'll be close at the end when it doesn't matter.
Yeah. prevent defenses, garbage time. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what Teddy's kind of went into that mold of Blake Bortles, kind of like making a career by making the end stats look really good.
Hmm.
The 300 and some odd yards, the 3 touchdowns, and everybody ignores the three interceptions and the fumble.
Exactly. Exactly. People say, "Oh, Teddy doesn't turn the ball over." Look what happened last game. That's
Yeah.
Exactly. I've been saying it's been coming. He's been lucky through the first 4 weeks of the season. There
exactly.
was at least 6 picks I watched on tape that were either dropped or just flat out missed by the
Especially
defender.
that one against Jacksonville, too, where that
Yep.
player it slipped out of his hand like twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interception.
I mean, and like the constant stupid throws where he thinks that he's Patrick Mahomes and can run to the right and then throw all the way across the field to the left. And a couple of times he's gotten lucky. Other times it either falls flat or, like you saw Sunday, it got picked off.
Yeah.
It was just
I
a
feel
matter
like-
of time.
Exactly.
I feel like that's where Baker Mayfield and Teddy Bridgewater are kind of similar because when Baker feels pressure, he doesn't try to step up in the pocket. At least this is from my observation. Maybe you guys see it a little bit differently. But when I watch him, he gets pressured. Baker doesn't step up in the pocket. He's like, "Oh crap, I gotta run away," and he doesn't try to look downfield. He just runs away, tries to get out of the pressure, which is the right thing to do. But at the same time, it's like, what are you doing? Just, step up a little bit in the pocket and you'll have a tight end wide open. Like, that's
There's
why
definitely some. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's why I'm so frustrated with him because that's why I'm on the verge of like saying, yeah, I'm ready to quit on him.
I think. Yeah, I completely get that. I mean, you're kind of really starting to sound like a lot of the Drew Lock people that are. I don't want to call them haters because I don't want to call you a hater. You don't sound like a hater. You're just you've really kind of gotten sour on a guy that gave you what you felt was the franchise guy, and then all of a sudden he takes a step back, and he does seem to have some kind of panic. Yeah, he definitely has some panic in his game when it comes to pressure. But I've really started to notice that more over the last couple of weeks when he's got hurt. So I'm really starting to wonder how much that shoulder is really getting to him. And the fact that, I mean, what is wrong with his shoulder? Like, they still haven't said, like, was it separated? Did he have a sprain? Is it a labrum issue? Because if he had it separated and he just got a shoulder essentially floating around in there, I would bail out of pressure too, because that's going to hurt a lot when a 300-pound man whacks you.
I get that, but if his arm, his left shoulder after the Arizona game was in a full sling. And I think it came out earlier this week. I'll double check on this, but I think it's been announced that it's not just partially torn anymore. It is fully torn.
Oh my God.
And so if that's the case, but he's coming out and saying, I'm still going to start on Thursday. And this is what I'm doing. Facepalm. No, dude.
I think that's just his ego.
It's a short week. We're going to need you down the stretch because after this game, we've got Pittsburgh, which Pittsburgh's always tough, no matter what. Then we have Cincinnati, and Cincinnati is shocking everyone right now. Then we have New England. New England is always tough, no matter what, because it's Bill Belichick. Then we have Detroit, so winnable game.
There's a free win.
Yeah, Detroit might as well just be a bye week at this point. And then we're on Sunday Night Football against Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, bye week, home against Baltimore, and then home against the Raiders, at Green Bay on Christmas, at Pittsburgh on Monday Night Football, home against the Bengals.
That's a tough schedule.
You tell me the winnable games in that stretch. Home against Detroit, that's it, right? That's the only winnable game we left on our schedule.
Against New England, but that can go either way.
Yeah, it's always tough to win in New England. It's
especially with Belichick.
right, but it's tough for us to win against you guys. We've lost, God, 2 or 3 straight against you.
Just one straight.
Yeah, I think it's just one straight now. But the history, when you look at the win-loss percentage, it's kind of pitiful for.
Yeah,
for
you're
Browns
right,
fans.
because you beat us in 2019.
With Brandon Mullen.
But no, you beat us in Denver in 2019, 24-19, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then, oh yeah, we did beat you in week 18.
Yeah, it was a Saturday game.
Yeah, that Saturday night game. And then I was at the 2015 game when Peyton Manning was still your quarterback, which I'm surprised we took you to overtime in that game, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, that wasn't his best year.
Yeah, but you guys would go on to win the Super Bowl, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all have won exactly 6 games against us all time. The Broncos are 24-6 against the Browns.
Yay! That felt so well for us.
I don't think did we lose to them in the playoffs ever? Or those were in the 80s, though.
I don't think we've actually ever lost to the Browns in the playoffs because the 2 times we met were the drive and the fumble. I don't think the Broncos have ever met outside of those 2 times.
So the last time I saw, if I remember this stat correctly, and I'll look it up later, but I think it was in 88. We played you guys. We were 3-3. In fact, I'll look this up right now. We would go on to win that game, and I think we ended up making it to the conference championship. I'll double check on that, actually.
You might be right on that. But here's another little tidbit. That one win you were talking about in 2019, that's the only win the Browns have had against the Broncos in the last 13 tries.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Holy shnikes.
1990 was the last time they beat us.
I'm looking at
19.
I'm looking at the 88 season. Yeah. Oh no, never mind. We lost to you guys in 1988, 30-7. So never mind. I was wrong.
I was thinking. I was like, I didn't remember that one, but I couldn't remember ever hearing about a Browns win over the Broncos in the playoffs. So
yeah.
Glad that record's still intact.
Yeah. There we go.
Maybe not you, but we are
now.
That works.
Somebody was asking me to change the layout.
I got you. We're good.
Hey, Brian Fraley, a fellow student of mine at Ohio Media School, also in the sports emphasis. You're a Browns fan like I am. If you want to join the show so it's 2-on-2v2.
Yeah, we're on the power play.
Yeah,
right?
You're on the power play.
Nice cross-sport reference there.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a little Avalanche love. I got a little. Here you go.
A little bit. Hey, we appreciate it. We'll
Here
take
you
whatever
go.
we can get.
I'm not an Avs fan, but yeah.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, I saw.
Oh, my team.
You're a Broncos fan. You're a Raptors fan.
Yeah, because I'm
a
from
Blue
Toronto.
Jays fan, and a Maple Leafs fan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're in a collection like another guy I know. He's a Boston Celtics, a Denver Broncos, a Pittsburgh Penguins, and a Miami University fan. Like I don't understand how those all go together, but I guess it works.
I just like all Toronto except in football because there's no team here.
So why did you choose Denver?
Because the owner Pat Bolin, he's from Canada. Well, not from Canada, but his dad was born in Canada, and I just like the Broncos.
My buddy Brian said, "I don't want no smoke. I'm old enough to remember the pain the Broncos have inflicted on us."
Oh, damn! I'm
sorry for you.
So my dad's asked during the Arizona game and a couple other times this week, my dad has asked me, "Hey, who are we playing this week?" All I've said to him is one name, John Elway.
Oh, yeah, that generation of Cleveland fans hates John Elway with a passion.
I think
John Elway.
I mean, I'm not old enough to remember that because I was either just born or I hadn't been born yet. But
You were born, I think, you said what, 97?
Yeah. Oh, he's my friend Brian's working right now, so he can't join.
Oh, that's all right. But yeah, you were actually born the year the Broncos won their first Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yep. I was born 97, so
I was
that's how old
14.
I am.
Tell them
You
my
were
age.
alive.
I was 14 when we won that game.
Nice.
Yeah,
So as
I remember
I'm
that.
going on ESPN right now, and let's see. Yep, Browns are minus 3.5 point favorite. Brian, I know you in the chat love the plus minus. Right now, we are a 3.5 point favorite, and we have a 57.6% chance of winning.
Yep, that is all per Vegas. Actually, the lines moved a little bit on the money line. Yesterday, the Broncos were plus 150. They just moved it down to plus 145 on the money line. But the point spread and the total points, the over-under is all the same. But the money line did move a little bit. That's interesting.
Yeah, the spread right now is minus 3.5 in favor of the Browns, as I said. The money line is minus 175 for the Browns, so that's a plus 150 for you guys. And the over-under is 42.5.
Yep. Yeah, actually, it's kind of crazy. I mean, if you're feeling the Browns, that negative 3.5 is set at plus 100 right now. So there's a decent chance to make some money if you believe the Browns are going to cover.
My buddy Brian says, I like the Broncos plus 3.5, unfortunately. I mean, with all of our injuries, it's crazy. I mean, our unofficial depth chart for this week, we have Jarvis, who might be back this week. Jedrick Wills is listed as our starting left tackle, although he's had injury issues. Joel Bitonio, so okay. J.C. Treader, Wyatt Teller, who's also had injury issues. Jack Conklin also had injury issues. All three of our tight ends are fine. Odell and Rashard Higgins. Baker Mayfield is listed as our number one, which I don't like that at all. Because if he has a fully torn shoulder, no, Case Keenum should be starting.
That would be fun, I think, for Broncos fans.
Yeah.
Would be to see Case Keenum come in and take over for Baker. That would be an interesting little matchup right there.
Yeah, he played for you guys after
Minnesota. I think he's actually the only quarterback to play all 16 games since Manning in 2014.
Yeah.
A nice little tidbit there. Yeah, the only quarterback to actually play all 16 games of a season.
Yeah, he was durable.
Yeah, my friend Brian says, I may play it now that you pointed out that it's plus 100. Thanks for that, the answer for you.
You are very welcome.
Looking back, I wish we kept Keenum for like one more year. So.
I don't know. I hate the retreads. That's why I hated the Teddy trade. It's like, just let Drew go out and prove one way or another. If he goes out and sucks, okay, we have a high draft pick and go get a quarterback in the draft. Or use it to trade for Aaron Rodgers or whatever.
Well, that's why.
But with Teddy, he's going to stick you in that just doldrum of mediocrity. He's not going to lose enough to get you into the top 5, but he's also not going to win you enough to actually get you in the playoffs or go anywhere.
That's what I said at the beginning of the year, but all these fans keep saying, "Oh, look at Teddy, he's playing so good. He hasn't thrown a pick in the first 3 games." So yeah,
Teddy Two Gloves.
Teddy Two Gloves need to just go on with himself. I'm glad to hear somebody else say what I have been screaming since week 1. Like, it's just absolutely insane. The Teddy pick was a scared money pick, and we all know what scared money gets you at the table. And we are all seeing the fruits of that scared money pick over the last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise! Walton Best 88 says, surprisingly, my quarterback, Jameis Winston, is playing well. Yeah, that's because he has Sean Payton as his head coach.
And that ridiculously stacked Saints roster. Like, he just essentially just took over a Super Bowl contender. So if he wasn't playing well, then we would all know that Jameis is definitely a bust. But I mean, I honestly got to say, it's nice to see him playing well. I think he has a place in the league and his talent's there, and that he finally has somebody that can actually bring it out of him.
Yeah.
So here's why I'm concerned about playing against Teddy Bridgewater. Because in week 2, we played against the Texans. If Tyrod Taylor doesn't get injured, the Texans probably win that game. And he's a mobile quarterback. Justin Fields, we know he's a mobile quarterback, but he's a rookie. He was making his first career start, so that's a bit of an anomaly. Last week, we play against Kyler, another mobile quarterback. We absolutely struggled. I wouldn't say Teddy Bridgewater is a major mobile quarterback, but he can move and he has some wheels. So that personally concerns me because, again, we struggled against we struggled against Tyrod Taylor. We struggled against Kyler Murray. We struggled against Patrick Mahomes. But then again, it's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, Teddy's definitely not a mobile quarterback. When he was a rookie, before his knee split in about 15 different directions, yes, he was very mobile. That's part of why he won the Heisman at Louisville. Like, Teddy definitely had the talent to be a franchise quarterback. That knee injury he had sacked him of so much of his athleticism, so much of his zip on the ball because doesn't have the same base. He doesn't have as strong of an arm as he did as a rookie. So, really, his mobility shouldn't worry anybody. Yeah, every once in a while he'll catch you off guard, like that little spin move he put on the Raiders on Sunday and stuff. But very, very rarely will you see him jump out of the pocket and go to run. Drew Lock, on the other hand, that would be a concern if he ended up starting. I think that he would use his legs a lot more. But Teddy, he's going to stay in the pocket.
So I'm looking at your depth chart right now, and as of right now, Teddy Bridgewater is slated to be the starting quarterback for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm
Fangio's going to die on
your
that
wide
hill.
receiver core. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was just saying Fangio's going to die on that hill.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about your wide receiver core because we struggled against a talented Cardinals wide receiving core, and now we got to play against Cortland Sutton, who I think is a underrated wide receiver. Kendall Hilton, who I don't know much about him.
He was a quarterback last year.
Oh,
Yeah,
was he
the quarterback against the Saints?
Oh, that's right.
He's been playing okay.
Yeah, I think he's actually a really good slot receiver. Especially that toe drag swag catch he had the other week. Oh my goodness, I did not know the man could get up like that. He has hops I did not expect. So I kind of like the way that Hinton has looked, even though he's kind of limited with his speed and all that.
They're giving him the ball more than John Brown and David Moore. So
here's the guy I'm really concerned about for you guys. Your tight end, Noah Fant. No.
Well, he did last time.
I mean, it depends on his mood. Like, I don't know what it is with Noah Fant this year, but he has been making business decisions instead of actually playing to the fullest of his ability. I've seen him, be scared of a defensive lineman and instead of engaging in a block, just doing a half-hearted jump at his knees, running routes like he's jogging. So it really depends on what mood he's in. If he's in the same mood he was Sunday where he had 9 catches for almost 100 yards, be scared. But if he comes into the game and he doesn't care and he shows a lackadaisical effort from the first couple plays, y'all will be fine. I don't know what it is, but he needs to get it figured out.
So you think he's consistently inconsistent then?
Exactly. Yeah, he has these moments where he'll have a game like Sunday, he'll have a bunch of catches and a bunch of yards, and then he'll have 2-3 games in a row where he's just non-existent.
Gosh, that sounds like somebody here in Cleveland. Oh, I know. Our quarterback, Baker Mayfield. He is consistently inconsistent. There you go.
There you go.
You
just really got it out for Baker today, don't you?
I mean, trust me, I don't want to sound like a Baker Mayfield hater. I don't want to sound like I want to get rid of Baker, but
it's like to do better.
He's such a streaky quarterback. and it drives me nuts. Like, he'll have games where it's like, oh my God, he actually looks like a franchise quarterback, and I see why we drafted him number 1 overall. And then he'll have like 3 stinkers in a row, and I'm like, wait, why did we draft him number 1 overall again? Hence why
Here's one for the rumor mill. That just popped in my head. But what about a trade in the offseason? Baker Mayfield, Aaron Rodgers straight across. Do you think Packers would take that? I think they might have to sweeten the deal a bit, but I think that would be a pretty decent trade.
We would have to sweeten the deal. Oh my God. Okay. So my friend Brian is saying you sound Daniel's your name, right?
Yes.
So my friend Brian is saying that you sound like another classmate of ours, James, when you talk about Teddy Bridgewater, because James kind of says the same thing about Baker Mayfield. So he's even more vocal about Baker than I am. But
Gotcha.
So my friend Brian is saying that you sound like him when you talk about Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of angst and animosity comes off the screen because I got plenty of it.
So, wow, it's already 6:30. Jeez.
How about that?
Yeah.
I know, this is amazing. Hey, I'm loving having you guys on the show, so I don't want to...
Yeah, no, it's been a blast, man. I'm in no rush to go anywhere. Like I said, I'm in my studio, so
yeah, I'm in my recording studio. So, so let me ask you guys this. You guys, we kind of have a little bit of an advantage because we played at home on Sunday. Whereas you guys, you got to come on the road to another time zone.
2 time zones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. 2
time zones. Go from mountain to eastern.
Okay. Yep. Sorry, my mistake on that one.
Oh, you're good, bro.
But it's so familiar.
Thanks.
So appreciate you.
But do you think that playing on a short week and having to come to Cleveland, which is 2 time zones away, how much of an impact do you think that's going to have on you guys? A significant impact? A little bit? What?
I mean, there's always an impact when you're going on the road and you're crossing time zones. Your body clock's different. And thankfully, it's a night game. So you got that nice long day to try and get the jet lag out of you, and get yourself up for the game. So I think that'll be a little bit of a bonus. But I mean, there's always some type of a reprieve when that happens. So I do believe it will lead to a slow start for the Broncos at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they just broke a string of 24 straight games without scoring a TD on their first drive on Sunday. They had went 20, and the last quarterback to do that was Drew Lock against the Houston Texans his rookie year. So, it's right, the irony.
I still remember that game when Drew Lock just torched the Texans. I just laughed at the Houston Texans because it's like, you got the week before, they had just crushed the Patriots and looked like a legit team on Sunday Night Football. And then you come home the next night and they lose to you.
Yeah.
No disrespect to the Broncos, obviously.
Yeah, Mile High South.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It was
that was done in Houston. That was Drew Lock's second game, I think it was. If I'm not mistaken.
I think it was the third game.
Yeah, the second or third game. But yeah, I mean, and that's the thing that I like to try and tell people is that look at what Drew Lock did at the end of his rookie season. He was 4-1, and 3 of those 5 teams were playoff teams. So he had a winning record against playoff teams as a rookie. So the potential is there. This is why I say that people can't sit there and be like, oh, Drew Lock's a bust. The man has played 18 games. That's barely enough games to fill the schedule this year. How can you know that the kid is a bust after 18 games and say that there's no possibility that he can still be a franchise quarterback? I don't understand that.
That's why 23. I waited and to say that I'm not sure about Baker Mayfield, because I feel like if I had said, oh, he's our franchise quarterback after 2018, people would have said, oh, you're jumping to a conclusion too early. And then I would have been completely wrong because I've gotten this.
And the funny thing is that I went from the guy saying, slow down, because I still remember a debate I had on the radio at Colorado Media School with another one of my thing. I can't even think about. I just lost it anyways. One of my co-students. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. But we were talking. It was just after the Broncos season that year, his rookie year, and he was 4-1. And the kid that I was sitting across was like, "Oh, he's the truth. He's going to be the next John Elway." Yada yada. I went from being the guy arguing against that guy to being the guy arguing for Drew Lock. It's an insane swing how things have happened in Broncos country with Drew Lock. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
It feels like you guys haven't been able to get your quarterback situation right since Peyton Manning led you to that Super Bowl.
That's true.
Super Bowl 50.
Those are
Am
facts.
I right or am I wrong on that?
Oh yeah, they've absolutely failed.
You're right.
But then again, we can relate because we've been trying to get our quarterback right for God, I don't know how many years. We have had like 18 or 19 different starting quarterbacks.
Couch.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't even put Couch. I'm thinking more like, what's his name? Otto Graham. That's the name that I was thinking about. Y'all have not had a franchise quarterback since Otto Graham.
The fact that I even have to say that Johnny Manziel was our starting quarterback at one point, I'm just like this. No, why?
Y'all had a guy that's now starting for a league that has people tell him what plays to play. Like
right, he's in that fan-controlled football or whatever it is.
Yep.
That's funny. You have to. Isn't the 2-point conversion? Your knee has to be on a stool before you snap the ball.
Yeah, I think so. It's the weirdest iteration of football I've ever. I watched like a half of the first game they ever showed, and I was like, "Yeah, this is dumb. I'm done. I'm just done. I'm walking away. I can't do it."
I will be on. Oh no!
Oh, what was that, my guy?
We have the CFL here.
Yes, I was actually going to ask you. Do you have a CFL team?
I guess I like the Argos, but that's
no! My guy Brian just said Johnny Manziel, Shahat, haha. He retired from fan-controlled football already. He quit in the middle of a game.
Oh my god!
Are you serious?
Oh god!
That is peak Manziel.
It really is.
The only person that could actually quit in the middle of something that was paying him because he felt entitled. What in the world?
Ay.
That's great. Thanks for that one, Brian.
I wish Brian could actually join the show right now. You guys would love him. He's a really good dude. I do a radio show with him, actually, at Ohio Media School. We air it every Wednesday from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock Eastern time on All Sports Cleveland. It's called So What's the Catch? We talk heavy Cleveland Browns football, but we also talk a little bit of NBA, some UFC, a little bit of Major League Baseball. God, I'm doing a plug right now. What the hell?
That's all right. Do it, man. It's your channel.
Yeah, but go subscribe to Daniel, do you have a YouTube channel?
I do. It's The Answer is 42.
Okay. Everyone go subscribe to The Answer is 42. Go subscribe to Mile High. Is it 61X?
No, just 6. Like, how Toronto, Drake run through the 6.
Gotcha. Where my woes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like you, brother. I like it.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, no. Ask him if he knows of Zach Collaris of the Canadian Football League. I'm good friends with his sister.
Nope.
No. Okay.
I don't know any players.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Except
I actually knew a player on the Alouettes. My sister dated his cousin. This is
I'm pretty
I can't
sure
remember his
Johnny
first name, but his
Manziel
last
was
name is
on the
Stewart.
Montreal Alouettes
Wait,
at one point.
yeah, he was. He was on the Tiger
Yeah.
Cats and the Alouettes.
Yeah, yeah, he went to 2 different teams. That man has been the biggest journeyman ever. I mean, I don't even think Doug Flutie or Warren Moon can match that man's
They're
journeyman
better
status.
than him.
Well, yeah, they're definitely better. I wasn't talking about talent. Let me make that clear. Johnny Manziel is not on the same talent level as those guys. I'm just talking about the whole journey they've taken in their careers.
He went everywhere.
Yeah, I got you. So let's get back to this game. What is the matchup you are watching? It can be like quarterback against quarterback, wide receiver against wide receiver, whatever matchup you want. What matchup are you watching?
Bulls versus Garrett.
All right.
Bulls versus yes, that's a good one. But I like the Von Miller versus whoever your right tackle is. He has to get pressure. I mean, exactly like he said, like he wants to just ball out. That defense has to have him getting pressure because letting quarterbacks sit back there and pick apart that secondary is no bueno. So I don't care if it's Baker or Case. If Vaughn himself, I don't care if anybody else on that line gets pressure. If Vaughn himself cannot create pressure, the Broncos will have a long, long day.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually going to be the second time I'm seeing the Broncos because I was at that 2015 game, and I am going to be at this game on Thursday. I will try to shoot some in-game footage while the Browns have the ball. But the problem is if the Browns score a touchdown or if they kick a field goal, they shoot off fireworks and other types of pyrotechnics, and I don't handle those particularly well. So when the Browns have the ball, I generally have my earplugs in. I have my Beats headphones on, and I'm playing in this case, one of my favorite musicals called School of Rock. So,
oh, nice. That's a good one.
So because of that, I generally don't film when the Browns have the ball. I do film when the opponent has the ball because then I don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play fireworks when we play.
Not gonna surprise you.
Unless there's a pick six.
That could be fun.
Oh, the Braves are winning? Oh my god.
Wait, the Braves are winning?
Yeah, me too.
Oh yay. I want the Braves to win.
Same.
I don't like the Dodgers.
But I don't either. I'm a Rockies fan, so I absolutely hate the Dodgers. I'm happy to see that they got the Giants out of the way. And I mean, I used to like the Braves when I was a kid. I grew up with the Andrew Jones, Greg Maddux, John Smoltz Braves. So I used to, and they were also one of the few teams outside of the Rockies I could actually watch in Colorado because they were on TBS, so they're nationally televised. So yeah, I actually like the Braves, and I would like to see them get themselves another World Series.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I mean, hey, screw the Dodgers. So.
Yeah, I feel the same way. So
even though I look like Justin Turner, but yeah.
Yeah, you do look like
Justin Turner.
I get that all the time, man. I still want his pocket. They want to keep calling me him. I want his pocket.
See, this is the comment from earlier. What's up, Max and Justin Turner?
That was the first comment on the video.
Actually, no, it wasn't the first comment.
Oh, I'm sorry, the first one you showed, I should say.
Yeah.
Right. Mile High actually wrote a comment before we started. Just say yes. No other words. You're just yes.
Because of the title.
Yes.
So that's funny,
crazy.
But I think you guys. I was excited about this game coming into the season. I'm like, Broncos, Browns. Cleveland's obviously going to have a lot of animosity. You know, maybe this could be for playoff positioning of some sort. I had high hopes for the Broncos. Not high hopes for the Broncos, but I had some expectations for the Broncos. And both teams have just come crashing back down to earth. I don't know if you saw this, but Dan Orlovsky on Get Up, it was either today or yesterday, said the Browns are the most disappointing team in the NFL.
I think that would be the Chiefs. I don't like Dan Orlovsky, even though he has a good name. I honestly don't like the person. But,
We don't know
but
balance for safety.
yeah, he's just.
That
I
was
mean,
great.
he's always so wrong. He's always so wrong. The most disappointing team in the league this year has got to be the Chiefs. It can't be
Yeah.
the Browns. Because I mean, honestly, most people are like, okay, the Browns, we have some expectations, but there was always a caveat. The Chiefs were supposed to be world beaters. They brought back all the same players, just like the Bucks. It was supposed to be the Bucks and the Chiefs just tearing up the league all year, and then they're going to meet back in the Super Bowl. And now the Chiefs might not even make the playoff. If you can't say that's the most disappointment, then you just don't know what football is.
Exactly.
Right. But like he was saying, like the Browns are a 6 on paper, the Browns are a 6-0 team. Yet they're sitting here at 3-3. But this is generally what happens when the Browns get hit with expectations. Ready? Boo!
They do better without any pressure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you remember in 2019, the season where you guys beat us in week 8 or 9, one of the two.
I don't know.
We had high expectations. We were supposed to, be playoff contenders, win the division, maybe go to the AFC divisional. Nope. We went 0-4 against the NFC West, 2-2 in prime time, and we went 6-10. And then last year, we have no expectations, and we go 11-5. We go into Pittsburgh, and we beat the Steelers in the wild card, ending our major losing streak in Pittsburgh. I think it was like 17 or 18 in a row, if I remember correctly. And then we pushed the Chiefs to their absolute limit.
Yeah. It was a helmet to helmet. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all should have won
That
that
was
game.
a horrible call. That should not have been a touchback. That was clearly helmet to helmet. But here's the thing. Most fans and experts say that if Patrick Mahomes doesn't get injured, the Chiefs would have blown us out by 20.
Nah,
What do you
not the way
think?
y'all were playing. I don't think so.
No.
He didn't get injured till I think towards the end of the game, wasn't
Yeah.
it? So that
Somewhere in the
injury is
first quarter,
irrelevant.
yeah.
Yeah. That injury was irrelevant to the way that y'all played. Y'all were beating him down when he was 100% healthy. So no, I don't think that injury had any impact whatsoever.
You think the result? I think the reason we lost that game was, 3 reasons: the touchback, the non-helmet to helmet call, and we couldn't get a defensive stop when we needed it against Chad Henne.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was the moment that really got me, was the Chad Henne converting that third down. It was just like, what just happened?
I don't know.
Y'all had every bit of momentum. Y'all had every chance to just throttle the Chiefs at that point, and y'all just kind of rolled over. So, I think it was, if I remember right, the Chiefs actually won the time of possession in that game, and so I think it was really
right.
just I think it was just the wearing down of the defense to that point, that they were just worn out. They just didn't have anything left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's like after that success, we had expectations coming into this season, and here we are sitting at 3-3. We're tied with we're actually in last place in the AFC North. We're behind you guys in the playoff standings right now, even though we both are 3-3. And I've asked a couple people, and I think the reason is because you guys have a higher strength of schedule, something like that.
I guess. Because we played the Ravens and the Raiders.
Yeah, we play.
Yeah, I mean, our strength of schedules. Yeah, we're playing a last place schedule as opposed to y'all playing a playoff schedule. So
yeah, we're playing the third
stronger
place schedule.
Yeah, and we're playing a last place schedule. So that's how the Broncos ended up starting the season against 3 bottom feeders, was because of the type of schedule. So the Broncos had one of the weaker schedules. Now they're in the meat of that schedule. They got 3 straight road games. bunch of either playoff contenders or ex-playoff contenders coming up outside of this week against y'all and next week against the Washington football team. But really, outside of those, I don't see very many wins or winnable games out until probably December, and even then's pushing it. So,
Till we play one.
So Vic Fangio is on the hot seat for both of you. Is that what I'm getting?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Fangio, like I said, he's going to die on the Teddy Hill. Sorry, go ahead, Vin.
Exactly. Yeah, he should be fired after this game, but they're not going to do it.
He should have been fired Monday. That entire staff. I honestly believe it's time to just tear it all down, including the strength and conditioning staff, because ever since Greek got promoted and then retired, the Broncos squad has went from one of the healthiest to one of the most injured. So whoever they replaced Greek with needs to be replaced. The entire coaching staff needs to be replaced from Fangio all the way down to McMahon, and they need more on the D line. More on.
Oh, we're familiar with Pat Shurmur here. He was our head coach.
I'm sure you are. Yeah. There's a reason he's no longer a head coach. He shouldn't be.
Why we hired him in the first place is beyond me.
I don't get why. I mean, outside of just nepotism and the way that the NFL works with the old boys club, I don't see how he got the job outside of just he must have known the right person.
He's not going to get a job after this year.
No, he's done. There's no
way.
I
would say we have an advantage against you guys in that regard, but Pat Shurmur hasn't been in Cleveland in several years, so it's not like he's going to know us and we're not
really runs the same scheme.
Oh, he does?
His scheme hasn't changed. That's the problem. That his scheme is so outdated. It's why it doesn't work. Everybody already knows what he's going to do. It's why every time that we play a good defense, the defense essentially calls out the plays. It's the same play he's ran since he was a head coach in Cleveland. It's no different.
I want to say that you guys are facing a good defense, but unfortunately I can't right now. I mean, we allowed Arizona to convert a third down and get a touchdown on a screen pass to DeAndre Hopkins.
I mean, that's D-Hop, though, man. Yeah. D-Hop's on a different level. That man's built different. So
that's true.
Now, if they would have went to Edwards or somebody like that, and then you can definitely say, but I mean, that was D-Hop just doing what D-Hop can do.
Yeah. But we left A.J. Green wide open in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. And I'm like, really? Nobody's going to
they had 3 guys on D-Hop.
Yeah. And one thing the Broncos are probably seeing on film, and they talked about this in the postgame show against Arizona, we jump passes way too quick on so if Teddy is somehow able to get a pump fake, the Browns defense will jump, and then he'll be like, oh, Cortland Sutton, wide open. Thank you. And
then you'll overthrow him.
Hey, that sounds like Baker Mayfield when he's trying to throw it to Odell. Thanks, Mile High.
You're welcome.
So basically what I'm gathering is that this feels like it's going to be the injury bowl.
Exactly.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, almost everybody that means something on either side of the ball is injured, whether they're on the injury report or not. Everybody is banged up at this point on both squads. So I think it's going to be a fight of who wants to lose less than more who wants to win more. And I really do believe it's going to be a very close game. It's like I said on my podcast, Breaking Broncos. I do believe the Broncos will squeak this out just simply because of the injuries that are on the Browns side. I think they'll squeak it out 21-19. It's going to be a stupid close game.
So you think, our last couple games have been close. I'll look at I know you said the Broncos have dominated the season series. I think you said 24-6?
Yeah. 24-6, and they're 1-12 in their last 13 matchups. The Browns are.
We're 1-12 against you in our last 13.
Yep.
Holy crap. Yeah.
Try and spin that into a positive.
I mean, the one positive I can find out of that
You got
is
the
that
win.
I don't know what a positive out of that is, actually.
Y'all got the last win, 2019.
No, you beat us in 2019.
Is that?
24-19. I remember.
Oh, yep, you are correct. Yeah, Broncos won 24-19. You are correct.
Yep.
I guess I tried. So,
Yeah,
there you go. I tried.
No, I know. The last time I remember beating you was 2018.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's correct. Yep.
Yes. When Jabril Peppers made that amazing sack of Drew Lock.
No, it was Case Keenum.
Case Keenum. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
That was the year before. Yep.
Hey, sometimes I get my years mixed up. What can I say?
That's all right, man. We got a lot of numbers. We've been on here for a while, so
I know we've been on here for over an hour.
Yeah, so you make a mistake or two, it's all right, man. It's understandable.
Hey, that's what happens sometimes when I do these video collaborations. I just get so into it with my guest, or in this case, guests, talking about the game and talking about different aspects of it, that time just flies by. So actually, there's two things I want to talk about. I want to look at NFL.com power rankings. Let me see if there's a way I can share my screen. I don't think it's going to. Share screen.
Bottom. There you go.
Let's see. Choose tab. Here we go. Share. So now we got it. All right. So right now the Cardinals are number 1 after they destroyed us. That's no shocker. Let's see.
Only undefeated team.
Let's see. Where are we right now? The Browns are. Oh, geez. We're number 13.
All right.
And then you guys are.
Keep going down.
You're going to keep going. Keep going. Keep going. We're going to be in the 20s.
There you are.
There it is. Number
exactly
20.
Number 20. And then, let's see. All right, let's see ESPN. You guys can see this now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we see NFL.
Yeah, we just see NFL.
Oh, okay. Hold on 1 sec. Let me see if I can fix this. Nope, wrong screen. There we go. All right.
And back to NFL.
And stop sharing. There we go. Let me try again. And it just doesn't want to work. So forget that. I'll just read it to you.
Give it to us. Yeah.
All right, I'll just read it to you. Hey, I tried.
You tried, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The Browns are at number 12. Okay. And then, yep, I found the video of Dan Orlovsky saying the Browns are the most disappointing team in the NFL. It's right here. And then for the Broncos, you guys are number 20.
Exactly.
So what do you think? Are you guys in the right spot being at number 20, or do you think you should be higher? Should you be lower? What do you think?
I'm honestly surprised we're at 20. I thought they'd drop them a lot farther than that after that pitiful showing the last 2 weeks. So honestly, I think they should be lower. I'm not sure what's the teams behind the Broncos that are ranked lower.
On ESPN or NFL?
I think they're ranked at 20 on both. So one.
So on NFL, the Patriots are behind them. Seattle, Chicago, Philly, Atlanta, Washington, the Giants, Jaguars, Dolphins, Jets, Lions, Texans.
Gotcha.
And then for ESPN, number 21, New England, 22, Indianapolis, 23, Seattle, 24 Philadelphia, 25 Washington, 26 Atlanta, 27 Miami, 28 Jets, 29 Jaguars, 30 is Houston, 31 is the Giants, and 32 is the Lions.
All right.
Yeah, so I'd say probably 23
Yeah, around that range.
would be
23,
yeah, would
24.
be more accurate. And I'm sorry, y'all, my camera just died, so we
Ah,
extended the entire battery on my camera. That's why I don't have any more video. So I'm sorry.
oh, geez. Sorry to hear that. My fault.
No, you're good, man. You're good. If I would have known that we were going to be this long, I should have expected. I would have had it plugged in, but I just had the battery going because I thought we were just going to go for an hour. But yeah, we're good as long as y'all are good with just my voice.
Hey, I didn't think, honestly, I didn't think that we were going to go on this long. So, but
No, you're good. You're good. I'm
I'm
not
cool with
complaining. I just wanted to explain.
oh no, you're good. But this is what, your second game? No, your third game against the AFC North, right?
Yeah.
What's your record? 0-2?
Yeah, 0-2.
Yep.
We're 0-2 against the AFC West so far. So,
Ooh.
but granted, our first two games against the AFC West were at Kansas City and at the Chargers. So
Yeah, you got a half road win right there. I mean, half road game.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Not
so
much
we
fun.
got you guys this week, and then we don't play the Raiders until week 15.
Mm-hmm.
So when
Yeah.
you guys have Cincinnati left after us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
that's it.
Cincy?
No,
Or,
it's in Denver.
Yeah. Yeah. It's in Denver.
okay. When's that game?
Uh,
Give me just a second. I got the schedule up here.
when's that?
Internet cooperates.
December 19th.
Oh, week 15. Got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So late in the year.
So you guys, wow, our schedule is actually ridiculously similar.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck?
Yeah, it really is. It is just I never really noticed that before, but yeah, it actually is quite familiar.
Yeah,
Quite similar.
because you guys are at the Raiders the week after we host them.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun game, especially
Yeah.
after they just mollywopped us at home. So yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, looking at this schedule, outside of Thursday against y'all, the October 31st against Washington, I do not see a win before
The Lions.
December 12th against the Lions. Yeah, I don't see them beating Dallas. I think Philadelphia is just good enough to beat them, and the LA Chargers are way far and beyond in talent, especially at the quarterback position than the Broncos. So I see us getting mollywopped at home again by our division rival, and then right after that we go to Kansas City. So, whew, yeah, that's a murderer's row right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Mile High, I was asking Daniel about this earlier. Do you think it was the right decision for the Broncos to not draft a quarterback and instead draft Patrick Surtain?
Well, I knew they weren't going to draft the quarterback because I heard that they wanted Trey Lance and he wasn't available. So that's probably why. And they wanted to get the best player available that they wanted. So they wanted Patrick Surtain. He was the best corner available. So yeah, I don't know. I'm mixed when it comes to that.
Okay. You didn't think Mac Jones would be a good fit?
I don't think they wanted him.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that his limitations are going to show up in Foxborough in December. I did not like him going to a North team just simply because of the lack of arm strength. It's a big reason why Josh Allen went to Buffalo was because of his arm strength. Kind of the opposite with Mac Jones. I didn't want to see him in the North. He thrived in Alabama because he never had to deal with weather. Once he starts to have to deal with NFL defenses and weather, especially that weather in Foxborough, with the way that the wind likes to blow coming off the ocean, I think he's going to start showing those limitations, and he's going to really struggle in those moments. So I did not want Mac Jones, and I did not want Justin Fields. Ohio State has become the new USC of quarterbacks that look great in college, come to the NFL, and just flop.
Gotcha. So I guess the only thing left, or what do you think about I guess we haven't really talked about this wholly. What do you think about the matchup of your defense against our offense? Do you think it's a favorable matchup for you guys, or how do you feel about that?
I think. All right, you go first.
No, go ahead, Vince. Go.
I think they're gonna attack the middle. Like obviously Kareem Hunt's hurt and Chubb. I don't know if he's playing, but they're gonna attack the middle.
Nope, Nick Chubb's not playing.
All right, so Nick Chubb's not playing, so they're just gonna throw the ball down the middle. Like our linebacking core is shot, so it's gonna be easy for you to attack the middle and the sides. I don't know. So.
I mean, you guys are going to load the box and be like, Baker Mayfield, come beat us because you don't have your running game.
Yeah, I think that you're going to see a lot more pressure from Fangio. There's going to be a lot more blitzes than what he would normally do because of the lack of the threat of a run game. But really, I don't know. The way that this defense has played the last 3 weeks, just playing confused. It's like nobody seems to know what their assignment is. Then you add in the fact that the guy that lined everybody up, Alexander Johnson's out for the rest of the year. Josie Jewell is out for the rest of the year. So the top two inside linebackers are gone. We have a rookie, Baron Browning, who couldn't even get on the field during preseason. That's going to be taking one spot. And then you have second-year player Justice Strnad, who didn't play at all as a rookie due to a knee injury. So this is his first year, and he's looked hesitant in coverage. So, yeah, like Vince said, attack the middle of the field. Y'all will have an absolute heyday. If Mayfield tries to open it up down the sidelines, I think that Fangio will be sitting in a cover 2 or a Tampa 2 look and be ready for that. So as long as Baker can take what's given to him, or Case, whoever the case may be.
I see what you did there.
You like that, didn't you?
That was a very good pun. I'll give you that.
I appreciate it. But anything, as long as they can keep it over the middle of the field and they can produce some type of a run game, because a lot of people don't realize that the Raiders had a crappy run game. They averaged less than 4 yards per carry and barely made it over 100 yards through 3 players. So if y'all could even just have some modicum of a run game and give at least a threat of it, y'all can have a heyday. But if Strnad and Browning can somehow get it to click and take away that middle of the field, that's what will make it a long day for Browns fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is our first of 3 primetime games because we've got this week against you, and then we're at Baltimore on Sunday Night Football, and then we're going to be at Pittsburgh on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, thankfully, we only have to have a national audience see how badly we suck once this year. And
only one game.
We have one national game.
It's a Thursday game, too.
Yeah, a Thursday. So it's not even technically truly national because unless you either have Amazon Prime or NFL Network, you can't watch it anyway. Or if you're a local Broncos, fan that
it's on
the local channel here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, although I think it's on Fox this week.
Oh, did they move to Fox too?
I think so.
Okay, gotcha. Because I knew that they were starting the Amazon Prime Thursday night games this week. I didn't know they had stepped up Fox, but like the first 3 weeks, I couldn't watch unless I streamed them through like some bootleg streaming service because it was only on NFL Network.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this week's game is on Fox. I'll double check.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, on ESPN it says Fox and NFL Network, so I don't even think it's on Amazon.
There it is. Yeah, Fox, NFL Network. I did see it on my Amazon playlist as a suggestion today. So unless it's just wrong on Amazon, but that's where I saw it on Amazon. I was watching some stuff earlier. Yeah.
I'm looking at the week 7 slate of games. DeAndre Hopkins and J.J. Watt get to go against their former team.
Yep.
Yep. I've got that one marked on the calendar. I can't wait to see what those two men do to that Houston squad. Like, it's going to be nasty. It's
And
going to
also
be nasty.
Stafford versus Detroit. He's gonna. Oh,
Yes.
so good. God
Yeah,
forbid, right?
the only sad part is that the Stafford against Detroit game is in Los Angeles, and the D-Hop and J.J. Watt against Houston game is in Arizona. I wish those games were in Detroit and in
Yeah, same.
Houston.
Same here. Yeah, that would have made a whole better dynamic, most definitely. It's not going to be. You're not going to get the dynamic of the emotional fan base, other than maybe like the taunting from the Rams. Like, hey, look, obviously Stafford wasn't the problem with y'all. Y'all just suck. Stuff like that.
I mean, the Rams will probably do some sort of tribute video for Jared Goff.
I hope they don't. That man rode a roster to the Super Bowl. He did not take that team to a Super Bowl.
We had a great defense led by Wade Phillips.
Yes.
Is that how you feel about Peyton Manning in Super Bowl 50? Do you feel like...
Of course.
Yeah.
That was...
Huh?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I wanted you guys to win that game. I wanted to enjoy that Super Bowl, but it just lacked a little bit of offense for my liking. Personally.
Yeah, well, I mean, I grew up a defensive guy. I mean, y'all see me on camera. I grew up a defensive lineman, played linebacker, stuff like that. So I like the defensive game. I like the big hits. I like the old school football. So that Super Bowl for me was absolutely electric. I mean, it was honestly also cathartic because it essentially began horribly for Carolina the same way that Super Bowl 48 started horribly for Denver. It was almost the same thing. Like with Super Bowl 48, you had the first snap go over Peyton Manning's head, and it all went downhill from there. Super Bowl 50, you had Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware meet at Cam Newton and destroy his career at that moment, and get a defensive score there from Malik Jackson. So yeah, that was honestly one of my favorite Super Bowls to ever watch. Not just because I was a Broncos fan, but just because of the way the game went.
Mm-hmm.
By no means did I hate that Super Bowl because I did enjoy it. I mean, Denver put up points, 24. I'm just saying, like, I wanted a little bit more scoring. That's all.
No, I get it because there was only 2 offensive touchdowns and 1 from each team in that game. The only offensive touchdowns came from C.J. Anderson in a run and Jonathan Stewart. Yeah, had a touchdown. Those are the only 2 offensive touchdowns scored that entire game. Everything else was defensive or field goals.
Yeah. So I was just waiting for something else to happen. I'm like the Von Miller sack, the strip sack. I loved that. I've always loved Von Miller. I will say this, even though I'm going to be rooting against Von Miller on Thursday because I am a Browns fan, I would love to get a Von Miller Broncos jersey. Just something about him is just awesome to watch.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy. Yeah, awesome guy, awesome player. I mean, the man ran a 4.3 as a defensive end outside linebacker hybrid coming out of college. People don't think about that. That's insane quickness coming from that big of a body. The man's been 250 plus. He even went up to 290 at one point, which is when he blew out his knee. So obviously too much muscle then. But yeah, the man's an absolute beast. I've loved him, and he's owned Cam Newton because a lot of people don't remember that him and Cam were in the same draft class.
Cam was number 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and he went number 2, and he wanted to be number 1. So his thing was whenever he played Cam Newton, he had to show that he was the better player, and he actually has more sacks against Cam Newton than any other defender in the league.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. Wait, did he ended up being Super Bowl MVP for that game, right?
Yeah.
Yes. That's another reason I liked that Super Bowl because I don't know if you feel the same way, but I don't like that the quarterback is always named Super Bowl MVP. I'd like to see the
I don't either.
wide receivers or the running backs or a defensive player. So no offense, but I loved it when Malcolm Smith, who's now with us, by the way, won Super Bowl 48 MVP. I loved that.
Yep. Yeah. No, I absolutely love it too. I do think that really the MVP awards really should be turned to the most valuable quarterback. And then just make up another award for everybody else because that's essentially just whoever gets the MVP is just whoever was the best quarterback in that game or in that season. So yeah, most definitely, just like where Julian Edelman got robbed of an MVP when Tom Brady got it. I think that was the second to last Super Bowl before he left New England.
Yeah.
Where Edelman had like 15 catches and 100 some odd yards, multiple touchdowns. Edelman should have had that, but because Brady was the quarterback and he had decent stats, they weren't even all that great. They were just decent. He got the MVP.
And that was the year the Falcons collapsed, and it was 28-3.
And he threw
that is correct. Yep, that is it. All of Atlanta is screaming right now because you mentioned 28-3.
I know. But, Julian Edelman did win Super Bowl MVP in Super Bowl 53.
See, that was a boring Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that was one, yeah.
Did you enjoy that Super Bowl, right? Daniel?
No, that Super Bowl was boring as all get out because it wasn't just like there was no excitement. Like there was no pick sixes really. I mean, there was no giant swing, momentum swinging plays. It was never really in doubt. It was just like, okay, this is going to be a really sucky game. The Patriots are going to win, and we're all going to hate it. So like that is one defensive Super Bowl I'll give you that was absolutely crap.
Yeah. So we're talking about Super Bowls and all that. I have this weird superstition. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it this week or not. Well, if I am, I only have like a day and a half left to do it. But I've tried it a few times this season. It's that I watch games where Cleveland teams win, and I watch games where the opposing city or opposing state, because we had to play Minnesota, loses. So for you guys, if I were to do that, one of the games I would watch would be Super Bowl 48.
Oh,
of course.
The only reason I'm a very superstitious Browns fan. Like, for example, like if I find an outfit, like say I wear this outfit on Thursday and the Browns win, I'm going to wear this same outfit when we host Pittsburgh next week. So that type of thing. But I've always been a superstitious Browns fan. Don't know why. Don't know where it started, but it's just always been a thing.
No, I get you. Everybody's got their own little superstitions. I mean, I'm the weird jock that doesn't have any. Like I never really had any superstitions. I didn't have like lucky socks or lucky underwear or any like ritual that I had to do. So I mean, I might not personally understand it, and be able to be empathetic with it, but I get it. Especially when it comes to sports, superstition's a very big thing. So I understand it, and I mean, hey, more power to you, man. If it makes you feel good, that's all that matters.
Yeah. It didn't work against the Chargers, so I tried completely modifying my superstition for the game against Arizona. I didn't watch games where the Cardinals lost. I completely changed my outfit, and I think I forgot to watch games where the Browns won, and we saw how well that worked out.
Hey, there you go. Well, like you said, if you're going to get on it, you might want to get on it like now.
Yeah.
You ain't got much time.
Yeah. So I feel like I did a live stream about this yesterday, but I feel like the sports gods hate me right now. Because I've gotten absolutely screwed like the past few weeks in fantasy football. And then, the Browns lost to the Chargers, and then they lost to the Cardinals. And then at one point, Penn State lost to Iowa. And my alma mater, Notre Dame College in South Euclid, which is a suburb of Cleveland, they lost. So I'm like, sports guys, what did I do to make you angry? Did I say something wrong? Did I disrespect you in some way? Please. I'm like this. Hold on. Let me turn my camera back on. I'm like, please give me an answer. I would love to know. Give me a sign.
I hear you. That's kind of like the opposite of what me and my co-hosts were talking about on Breaking Broncos this week, where we were talking about like, have we become a jinx against the people we don't like? Because it seems like every time we praise somebody that is like from an opposing team, like the week before the whole Gruden scandal happened, we were talking on the podcast about how, oh man, it looks like Gruden might have it together. He's finally got a squad. Things are looking up in Las Vegas, and then literally like 3 days later is when that first email was leaked. And we're like,
wait a minute. Did you say anything nice about the Browns?
I did, actually.
Oh, no. Oh,
no. So there you go. There's that for you. I guess you could call that a superstition for us. We're going to now start talking good about people we don't like and see if we can do some kind of like jinx on them.
Oh, it gets worse for me because week 3, I had CeeDee Lamb going for me in fantasy football. Cowboys refused to throw it to him, and so I wasn't able to make my comeback and win.
That helped me win in fantasy, so that's all.
And in that same matchup, the Eagles just decide not to run the ball with Miles Sanders, so that didn't help me. The next week, I had Keenan Allen going. Guess what? Chargers didn't want to throw it to him. And then in week 5, I have a 99% chance of winning. All I have to do is hope Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews don't have career nights and go off. What happens? They have career nights and go absolutely nuts. And
those two together. Oh my goodness.
I had an 80-point lead. 80. And I lost.
Ouch. Hey, at least you didn't leave 80 points on your bench like I did last week, because I had Myles Gaskin and Cortland Sutton completely screw me for 2 consecutive weeks. So, of course, when the Broncos went off and played Pittsburgh, I sat Sutton for Marvin Jones. And, of course, Jacksonville doesn't throw it to Jones, and Sutton goes off. And I substituted Myles Gaskin for Trey Sermon, because they were saying that the rookie for the Niners wasn't supposed to play. Well, he did, and he took all but 2 carries from Trey Sermon. So I ended up with Sutton on my bench, Myles Gaskin on my bench when he had 30 points, and I had 2 other players. I forget which ones they were, but they each went off for 20, 30 points apiece. So I left like 80 points on my bench, and I lost by 10.
I know the feeling. I had CeeDee Lamb on my bench on Sunday, and he went off for 36 points. And I'm like, oh, Dallas, now you throw it to CeeDee Lamb.
I got lucky. I replaced Mike Evans with CeeDee Lamb.
I should have.
This week.
Yeah.
I got lucky.
I should have done that.
What was that, Vince?
I didn't start AJ Brown. He got his most points ever, like this year.
Yeah,
nice.
This year, not like ever.
Yeah, Dan. Dan, I should have done the same thing you did of replacing Mike Evans with CeeDee Lamb, because Evans only gave me 5 points, and his teammate Chris Godwin got like 9, and CeeDee Lamb goes off for 36. I'm like, I should have replaced Mike Evans with Chris Godwin, and I should have replaced Keenan Allen with CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette, between Leonard Fournette getting 3 touchdowns and Tom Brady having a thumb injury, that's why I replaced Evans. If it wasn't for the fact that Tom Brady has that thumb injury, I would have kept Evans in and screwed myself, but I got lucky enough, and I was I was able to swap them out because of that. Because I have Evans in one fantasy league and I have Godwin in the other. So I left Godwin in because I just figured his volume and the fact that he's much more of a possession receiver than Evans is, he'd get me my points. So he at least got me 9. But yeah, I was still kind of mad about that because on that league I had Marvin Jones on my bench this week, which he went off for like 28 points.
Gotcha. Well, I think we're going to start wrapping things up because the NBA season is about to start, and I don't really want to miss tip off.
I got you. My Avalanche are actually playing right now as we speak.
Let's go Raptors.
There
we go.
Hey, Cavs, can you somehow get 30 wins, please? I don't want to look like a fool or sound like a fool.
You guys got the Grizzlies.
Yeah, we
got some potential.
Who you got to
open the season? Tonight?
Who you got, Vince?
Wait, Grizzlies or Cavs?
Yeah, we played the Grizzlies.
Oh, I got the Grizzlies because they're at home.
No, I'm saying who do your Raptors have?
Oh, we got the Wizards.
In Toronto or in Washington?
In Toronto.
Yeah. We actually were your opening opponent when Kawhi made his debut.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was not fun.
Yeah, we get to start against the Suns. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we go, let's do score predictions. So I'm guessing you both have the Broncos?
No.
I do have the Broncos at 21-19.
Okay. Yeah. What you got, Vince?
My video, I said the Browns were going to win 31-10, but, if Baker plays, I think he's going to struggle a little bit because of his injuries. So I got to make it a little bit realistic. I got us losing 24-10 then.
Oh, so you have us beating you by the same score you won in Super Bowl 50.
Sure.
All right. I'm one of these objective Browns fans where if I don't think we're going to win a game, I'm not going to pick them. I didn't pick us to win last week, although I said it was going to be 31-30. So that shows how much I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just think we have too many injuries right now. And we got absolutely destroyed on Sunday against Arizona. So I'm going to say you guys win a really low-scoring game, 21-18 Denver.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're pretty close on the prediction.
I don't know how we'll get 18, but we'll find a way.
Hey, man, funkier scores have happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Sports Room Talk Show. Thanks to Dan and Vince for joining me on this show. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys had as much fun as I did.
I had an absolute blast, man. Thanks for having me on. You ever have something like this again, need me, man, keep in contact. I'd be happy to come on again. I had a blast.
Hey, maybe we can do some type of post-game show.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we could.
I don't know about immediately after the game because I'll be, walking out of the stadium either cheering or with my head hanging low, like what the hell. But
yeah, it's good.
Maybe on Friday.
Yeah, keep in touch. Yeah. We'll work it out.
Yeah, Nikki said, "Oh wow, 31-17."
Oh my God, 30 points. What's that?
I don't know about them 31 points, but I like where your head's at, Nika. That's my sister-in-law, by the way.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, there was a stretch of games last season where we put up 30-plus points in 5 consecutive games. So,
we put 30 on
the
board.
Yeah, I just don't see how the Broncos are going to throw 30 on the board, especially if Teddy. If Drew's out there, there's a chance. I mean, there's also a chance he could throw 5 picks, but I mean, there's a legitimate chance he could throw up 30 points too. Teddy, not getting to 30.
All right, so maybe we'll do a post-game show. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how our schedules work out, but we'll definitely stay in contact.
Mm-hmm.
But I will see everyone on the next episode of the Sports Room Talk Show, whether that's a post game here or maybe the next episode will be when I welcome JB412 and the Steel Twins onto the show. 2 years in the making for when we host the Pittsburgh Steelers. So until next time, I'm Unger to the Max, signing off with a salute to you. Go Browns. You guys got anything?
Oh, man.
You want to plug your shows or your channels?
Okay. My channel is Mile High 6. I talk about all sports, but mainly like Toronto and the Denver Broncos. And thank you for having me on. And it's always great to talk to like opposing teams because you gotta get the different view. You can't be biased. You gotta branch out. So thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, I'll second Vince on all he said. And my channel is The Answer is 42. You see my Twitter right there. Check us out. We do all 4 major Denver sports teams, as well as we cover politics, current events, pop culture, all those things. We shy away from nothing. We are mainly sports, but we like to have an actual voice in everything and not just be talking ball.
All right. Mm-hmm. Hey, maybe when the Cavs play the Nuggets in late October, maybe we'll do something.
Hey man, it sounds great. I'm open for anything, man. Like I said, keep me in touch, and I'm happy to come on whenever you want me.
All right, sounds good. Thanks again to both of you for coming on. I really appreciate it. But we are out.
Peace.
My pleasure.
Thanks.